friends. This is my journey to Kabung Island, which is in West Kalimantan. You reach there by taking a small boat from the mainland to the island. It takes roughly an hour to get there, depending on conditions, of course. When we went across, it was quite calm, although there was a reasonable swell, but quite safe and very pleasant to get across. Now we're just starting to dock at a small wooden jetty, so people can load their goods and also people can unload their goods. The main good that they produce on the island is fish, and those bags, I would imagine, are quite full of small fish that get sent back to the mainland. You can walk down the jetty to the first, and actually walking from end of it to the other end of it throughout this video. Most of the housing on the island is timber frame structure, and most of it is up on stilts. Interestingly, sometimes they actually do move the houses by physically picking them up to different locations. These are on the ground, covered by very small fish, which they put out to dry, and once they're dried, they're bagged and send them off to the mainland to obviously sell the produce. It is still quite in its appearance, and a bunch of structures there are fairly basic, but adequately for the needs of the people who live on the island. Here we see a couple of ladies who've obviously got goods that they're carrying, and they carry them on their heads, balance it very nicely, and that seems to be the traditional way in which they move things on this island. The houses are quite varied, but basically a similar type of structure. As I said earlier, timber with stilts. I imagine that the sea level does rise sometimes, and that does cause flooding or low level flooding. And also it is a very steep island, and therefore when it rains heavily, I imagine quite a lot of water would come down off the hillsides. There's lots of small little jetties that go out, as most of the people on the island depend on their livelihood for the natural environment, quite full, a lot of greenery, and there's also a lot of noises from insects as you walk. Seems to be an old boat to the side, and little jetting out into the sea. Yes, many of the beaches tend to be quite rocky here, but I'm told that if you like snorkeling, that there's some beautiful coral reefs that are on this side of the island. Oh, I think please support somebody out. But these people live in a very
Maaf.
natural way, and they live with each other.
Sorry.
And, they don't expect any visitors, so especially as like myself. Section here is to means erosion, probably as a result of storm, and these people seem to always be buying their homes, repairing them. In their time they've been quite wild. Appears to be rather steep, this area here. It does go up and down. You wander from one to the other. Some parts are quite steep and you get a little puffed out as you climb. So beautiful looking up the side. It is rather steep. Wouldn't be an easy, that's for sure. Get view of the coast as you go along. A few parts of the track are a little slip-side, so you do need to step, especially after it's been raining. But very, very pleasant walk, that's for sure. And that's a beautiful little waterfall. Obviously the local children enjoy it. So I imagine the water here is very, very, very clear. In fact, I walked a little higher up and it would be more than good to drink that water even more till it looks so crystal clear. Definitely a beautiful spot for kids to play and a nice place to rest on the island. As you walk along these one end island to the other, you do come across the houses, and always get these fish being dry on these tables in the natural way and done. And as I've said before, that be them a sort of income on the island. the island would be quite a novel
Hello.
experience, and for the people who live there, they all seem to be relatively
Dari mana
happy.
Australia?
They don't live stressed lives,
Yeah.
obviously, as many people do in the West. They just move from moment to moment, and whatever nature supplies them is what they take. Yeah, it's very, very nice to be able to enjoy that as a Westerner walking on this beautiful island.
Hello.
Very, very hot, and that breeze coming off the sea is absolutely wonderful. It certainly makes the walk a lot more pleasant.
Yes.
You see a boat that is actually in some form of water, not much water, which is under that house. And here we see further effects of erosion from storms. Again, track becomes a little steep here, and so again, a bit of a climb, good exercise for the limbs.
Belum masuk, dia biasa bulan 12 bunga, Januari, Februari baru panen.
Here you get some wonderful views. You see some of the other islands, and obviously see the little fishing stations out there in the sea. Really quite a nice view when you're walking in your little higher up. This section along here is a little more open. Nice to immerse yourself in the nature as you walk along here. Again, from almost every vantage point you will get some view, and all of the views are beautiful. Really worth the walk. I really enjoyed it. Yes, they've come up to a beautiful little section of sandy beach here, and in a short moment, if you look carefully, you will see a monitor of some sort. I can't say it's a Komodo dragon, but it's certainly a decent sized lizard that runs across the beach and swims off into the water there. So quite a nice, delightful surprise as I walk down that little path. And here is the little sandy beach. Really beautiful and relaxing just to sit there for a while, enjoy those calming waves as they came in. We've just left that little beach behind us, and as you can see, some other people, and as we pan round we see this old two-story concrete building which is totally derelict. Apparently islanders say that nobody knows who owns it and nobody has claimed it, so looked like an interesting place to explore, and I suppose some enterprising person will probably turn it into some form of accommodation. Here again we're entering another cluster of houses. Some of them seem to be quite well boarded up, so I don't know, sometimes I suppose some of the people are not permanent residents. Again, they're drying fish here.
You go through.
Mau kemana?
From Australia. Yeah.
as in places in Indonesia, there is a mosque and also a school. This is the local school for the children here. So it looks quite sound, quite a decent building as far as buildings go on the island, and the mosque of course is quite solid and sound as well. We're closer to the other end of the island, only a short walk from here, and we should reach the final destination of the walk. I'd imagine that fresh eggs is on the island. We did actually have it on the island, and it did include, and very, very appetizing. It was actually very, very delicious. Certainly not battery hen eggs are free range by all accounts. Beautiful view of islands from here. So I walk the final little pass towards the end of the housing on the island. Would be really one of the last substantial buildings that houses on the island, and you can imagine yourself sitting on the pier enjoying a cool breeze that comes off the sea. Absolutely marvellous. And then looking through underneath the tree, you have an idea of how the vegetation looks at this end of the island. This is where the track basically comes an end. So from our way through past these banana bushes, there seems to be a house here at the side there, very well disguised behind the trees. I guess there's no shortage of bananas on the island. I think this is getting pretty close to the end of the walkable journey. Again, we can sea there. A few Muslims, I think. I was actually looking for a little surf diver who's a good surfer. That's about all the surf that I could find. Basically back at the spot where we stopped for lunch, and this is the pier that we caught to catch the boat back. I'm just panning through on the island at the moment. We can see islands in the distance, and the very big distance is the mainland. Here we are back on the boat, getting ourselves ready to take off and leave the island for the day. Finally, we say goodbye to the island as we make our way back over the sea to the mainland. A very enjoyable trip, that's for sure. I hope you enjoyed the video.